All right, I'm Brenna. My presentation is on active learning, which actually Teddy's presentation fit right nicely into, as well as Julia and V's. So it's kind of a broad spectrum of activities that include reading, writing, listening, reflecting, that just engage the students actively in an activity so that, like I'm doing right now, just speaking at you and giving information to the class, is kind of an older way of teaching, and now active learning is the new alternative to all of those traditional teaching methods. A lot of educators feel that it creates more of an experience in the classroom, and that can help us retain information better because we relate it back to that activity that we did. All right. Why is it effective? It creates increased participation and focus in whatever area of study you're trying to teach. It also allows students some of the responsibility within the learning process, so not all of that responsibility is placed on the educator. There's a lot more student interaction because, like with Julia's and Teddy's presentations, there's cooperative learning, there's games, students are working together. They're working on those real world problem solving skills. You know, I don't like this person, I don't want to work with them. Well, you have to. So some of those things all come into play, so you get a lot more than just learning about that particular subject. Also, less anxiety about asking questions. Some kids in class are always shy and they don't want to raise their hand and ask a question when they're confused. But if you're sitting with a group of students together at a table, you're more apt to ask or say something you're confused about if you see a peer that knows and can explain it better to you than the actual teacher can. All right, some examples are, like I told you already, those presentations before. Games are great. Reactions, reflections, reviews of movies, video clips, documentaries. Student debates are great because they give us we can talk about bias, we can talk about agenda, we can debate a subject we are on both sides of something that we feel strongly about. Classroom discussions are a great example of active learning, as well as student response systems or clickers that we use here at the college a lot. But the possibilities are really endless of active learning. It can be really anything that engages the student in that process of active learning. So any teacher, educator can be successful when using active learning. Some of the tips that I found in my research were to be creative and always think of new activities that will enhance a certain subject. Always talking to other teachers about what they're doing, what's new, how you can switch up games. I thought this was really effective, is always providing students, if you're doing an activity that's new to you or to your classroom, you can always provide the students with a survey or do a reflection of a certain activity so that you can get their feedback and see what you need to modify to make it better for the entire group. I think the gist of active learning is just that active learning engages students, engaged students learn more quickly and retain things faster. Thank you.